You know the feeling? We've all been there, right? You start a brand new diet, you are fired up, full of motivation, and then, a few weeks later, poof, it just fizzles out. But what if the problem isn't your willpower? What if it's the plan itself? Well, today we're going to build a diet that's actually designed to last.
It really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? We cut calories, we give up our favorite foods, we push ourselves to the limit, and somehow we end up right back where we started. So what's the secret ingredient that most of these diets are missing?
It all comes down to one simple but really powerful word: sustainability. See, the best diet has nothing to do with those dramatic before and after photos. It's the one you can actually live with. It's about working with your body, not declaring war on it. So let's build one from the ground up.
First things first, we've got to start with the foundation. This is the actual blueprint of what your body needs to thrive. And I want you to think of this not as a set of restrictive rules, but more like the architectural plan for your long-term health.
And here is what that blueprint looks like in practice. For a lot of people, a balanced plate looks something like this. About 40% of your calories from carbs for energy, 30% from protein, and 30% from healthy fats. Now, why this ratio? Well, it's designed to give you sustained energy and keep you feeling full, so you feel powered up, not deprived. And notice, we're not eliminating anything. We're just getting the proportions right.
Let's talk about protein, a dieter's absolute secret weapon. It's the ultimate builder for your body, helping you maintain muscle, which is so key for your metabolism. But its real superpower? It keeps you feeling full. Protein digests slowly, and that means fewer cravings throughout the day. We're talking about things like chicken, fish, eggs, and beans.
Okay, next up, carbohydrates. Now, I know they get such a bad rap sometimes, but they are your body's #1 choice for fuel. The key, and this is crucial, is choosing the right kind. You want to focus on complex carbs, stuff like fruits, veggies, and whole grains that release energy nice and slow. The ones you want to limit are those refined sugars and starches. You know, the stuff in sodas, candy, and white bread.
And we cannot forget about a key player here: fiber. It's found in all those healthy carbs we just talked about, and it's basically a triple threat. It physically fills you up, it supports your digestion, and it feeds all the good bacteria in your gut. It's an absolute non-negotiable for long-term health. All right, so we've got the blueprint. Now, how do we actually start building? That brings us right to our second pillar: finding a strategy that actually fits your life. Because, and this is important, there's more than one way to do this.
Two really popular sustainable approaches are a low-carb, high-protein diet. That's kind of like the plate on the left, where you're prioritizing things like chicken and fish. And then there's intermittent fasting, which is represented by that clock on the right. That one's less about what you eat and a lot more about when you eat.
But whatever strategy you choose, the key is to start smart. If you're going high protein, you've got to drink tons of water. Thinking about intermittent fasting? Don't go extreme right away. Start with a gentle 14-hour fast. And if you're cutting sugar, just try it for one meal a day at first. The goal here is to ease your body into it.
And this really is the bottom line, and it's captured perfectly by clinic director Chae-Kyu Hee. This is not a race. The goal is to make these small, gradual changes that eventually just become second nature. You have to give your body time, listen to its signals, and build that momentum slowly. Now for the fun part: the food. Let's get practical with Pillar 3 and look at the high-impact foods that make this whole system really work. This is where that blueprint we talked about finally meets your plate. When it comes to protein, these are the superstars. An egg? You get a huge protein punch for only about 70 calories. Chicken breast is incredibly lean and just packed with protein. And salmon? That's the double whammy. You get tons of protein plus those healthy omega-3 fats that can actually help your body burn fat.
Now let's not forget about these other power players. Unsweetened Greek yogurt gives you protein and probiotics for a healthy gut. Beans and lentils are just fantastic plant-based sources of both protein and that all-important fiber. They work together to keep you full for hours. And sweet potatoes? They are the perfect smart carb. High in fiber, they give you steady energy without that awful blood sugar spike and crash.
So, we've built the diet, but there is one more piece to this puzzle: the accelerator. This is where we talk about exercise, but maybe not in the way you're used to thinking about it.
So let me ask you a question. You go to the gym, you lift weights for a solid hour, you're sweating, you feel amazing. How many calories do you think you've actually burned? Most people guess a pretty high number.
The reality, it might surprise you. For an average person, an hour of typical weight training burns maybe 200 to 300 calories. To put that in perspective, that's about the same as a brisk walk. It just goes to show you can't out-train a bad diet.
So if it's not about burning a massive number of calories during the workout itself, then what is the point of strength training for fat loss? Well, the real magic isn't what happens in that 1 hour at the gym.
It's what happens the other 23 hours of the day. Every single pound of muscle you build raises your basal metabolic rate. That's just the energy your body burns by existing. More muscle literally turns your body into a 24/7 calorie-burning furnace, even when you're sleeping. That is the real accelerator.
Okay, let's put it all together. Here it is, your 4-step path to a diet that actually lasts. First, build your blueprint with balanced nutrients. Second, find a strategy that works for you and start slow. Third, fill that strategy with smart, high-impact foods. And fourth, accelerate your long-term results by building muscle.
Look, it's not about a perfect diet. It's about a sustainable one. It's about progress, not perfection. So the final question isn't about what I say or some expert says, it's about you. Looking at these building blocks, what's the first small step you can take to start building your own sustainable plan?